So today I'm here to present to you the Lille Winter program. We do several short-term and customized programs throughout the year. My name is Matthew Kinney. I'm the director of the Lille programs. These are our customized and short-term programs. But the program we'll spend most of the time discussing today is the winter program, which takes place over the course of 2.5 weeks, from the 10th of January to the 27th of January, 2024. We'll spend a little bit of time today presenting the L'Université Catholique de Lille, the Lille Catholic University. Of course, explain to you where Lille is located if you're not familiar with that. And we'll talk about some of the program details. And of course, if you have any questions, certainly feel free to ask me. You can raise your hand or send a message, whatever works best for you. A couple of things I wanted to note real quick during Sanders' informational session there as well. A couple of things for short-term programs. Mexican students do not need a visa, so no cost or requirement there. We also don't have any requirements for French language. The Lille programs are operated almost predominantly in English. Of course, you can take French language classes and take classes in French if you wish, but its official operating language is in English. Just a couple of things for you to note there. So let's discuss who the Lille Catholic University is. So we were founded back in 1875. A couple years from now, we'll be celebrating our 150th anniversary. We are the largest private not-for-profit university in France. We have over 40,000 full-time students. It's a very internationally diverse campus with over 6,000 international students on our campus here in Lille. We also send abroad about 6,000 students around the world to our 500 or so different partner universities. Of course, you have to keep in mind here in Europe, we operate on an Erasmus network, so a lot of students may stay within Europe, but certainly a different country. The university has over 300 different student associations. We always recommend international students join one or two of those to meet local French students or other international students. And I think one of the best things about our campus is its geographic location here in Lille, but also in Europe. In Lille, we're tucked between a very, very large park system known as the Citadel, a former fort built in the 17th century, and also the city center, the historic city center of Lille. So you can find yourself within the nature of the Citadel within 5-10 minutes, or in the historic city center in 15 minutes, and you can do that by foot. So the university itself is a very multidisciplinary university. We're what we refer to here in France as a federation. And so we group together 20 different colleges and institutes that offer classes in a very large selection of study areas. So chances are we have classes pertaining to things you're studying back home. So if you're interested in learning more about what you could study in Lille, certainly do not hesitate to contact us. And we'll get into that a little bit later. So perhaps by now you're wondering to yourself, well, geez, if I choose to come to Lille, where am I going to be? Lille has a great geographic location here in Europe. We're an hour north of Paris. We're 30 minutes from Brussels. We're less than an hour and a half from London, and you can get to Amsterdam in under 3 hours. So Lille really is at the crossroads of 4 European capitals. What I think I love best about Lille is that it's a very friendly city, it's very student-oriented, and it's relatively inexpensive. So international students love to come to Lille. They use Lille as their home base. They, of course, spend time here in Lille, but the fact that you can be in Paris in an hour or to London in an hour and a half means that you don't have to spend your entire budget traveling to get to these places, nor to stay in these cities. So you could go to Paris for the day, you could go to Brussels for the day. It really helps keep your costs down, which are, of course, a big concern, for most students. This particular area is the 4th largest urban area in France. So you have the four major cities of Paris, Lyon, and Marseille. And when you add in the Franco-Belgian regions, it's 2.2 million inhabitants. So it's not a small city by any means. It has all of the major attractions you would look for, such as theater, opera, sporting events, shopping centers, movie theaters, etc. But it remains a human-sized city, so you can easily walk from one point to the next. I'd like to point out as well, again, that it's a student-oriented city. So during the academic year, there's over 125,000 students in Lille. So a lot of the businesses and the attractions market themselves to students. So you always get pretty good price tickets and entries to places like that. And of course, being where we are at that crossroads of Europe, we're well connected by trains, buses, airplanes, all that type of stuff as well. So you can easily get around Western Europe or elsewhere from Lille. I mentioned that it's a pretty dynamic city. A number of years ago, we were named the European Capital of Culture. Since then, the city has doubled down on its investment on different cultural activities. They now host international festivals, art festivals, music festivals, things along those lines throughout the year. So there's plenty of things for you to do in Lille, as well as the surrounding area. We're going to move gears now and talk more about the Lille Winter Program specifically. Registration is open. It's open through the 15th of November. The cost per student is 2,500 euros. It's an 18-day program, and it includes an academic and a hospitality package. I'll get into everything that is coming up. So what's the academic package? The program is going to provide you with 8 ECTS credits. We offer foreign language classes in the morning, so you can choose between French or English. Generally, the Mexican students have a really good level of English, so they're more interested in the French language option. And in the afternoon, you have 2 options. We offer a project management in Europe course. This particular course is going to look at how to manage and do business in Europe. It's suitable for students who are interested in business or even engineering type of courses. And then we also have a great course on French art and cinema. So both of those courses would offer 4 ECTS credits. And we have a mandatory intercultural communication course that we find is important and fun and interactive for all of our international students, whether you're coming for a winter program, a summer program, or a semester. All of our students take an intercultural communication module just to understand, what might be happening when you meet people from different cultures. As I mentioned, our campus in particular is very international, very diverse, with over 6,000 international students. So we like to prepare you with a little bit of theory on intercultural communication. So an academic program, once again, that will offer 8 European credits with an official Lille Catholic University transcript sent back to La Salle. In terms of cultural activities that are planned for you throughout this program, we take the students on a number of guided visits throughout Lille. We visit one of the largest open-air markets in France. We provide group dinners to a number of restaurants here in Lille. We will have visits to museums, and we do a bunch of networking events on campus so you can meet local French students as well as other international students. I think it's certainly worth mentioning that the winter program is open to students from all of our partner universities. So you will not be taking classes with just students from La Salle or just students from Mexico, but you'll be taking classes with students from Taiwan, the Philippines, Korea, Australia, etc. So even this program itself is multicultural and diverse. We also have 2 included field trips that are included in the price of the program and an additional optional one should you so choose to participate. I'll start with the included field trips for the Lille Winter Program. We're going to visit the medieval city of Bruges. Bruges is often considered one of the most beautiful European cities and often called the Venice of the North because it's built on a system of canals. And it was a very important city during the medieval times, a very rich city as well. And you can see a lot of that history as we spend the day in Bruges and do a guided walking tour before you have some free time. And then we'll also head over to Reims. Reims, if you're not familiar with, is the capital of Champagne. So this particular visit includes a guided tour of the cathedral, one of the most important in France. This is where they crowned the kings of France for centuries. And we'll also visit a champagne cave, see how champagne is produced, how it's stored, how it's made, and finish with a little champagne tasting as well. Lastly, you can choose to purchase an optional trip about the First World War. We understand this particular trip is not of interest to all of the nationalities that join us, so it's an optional trip. And for this particular one, we're going to visit some of the very large World War I monuments, memorials, and cemeteries here around Lille, because Lille finds itself very close to the former Western Front of World War I. So it's of very significant importance to this particular region. In addition to these great cultural activities, the Lille winter program has a complete hospitality package. So you will receive a transportation pass for unlimited use on the public transportation system here throughout the Lille metropole. You'll have your student badge, of course, which gets you access to all of the university facilities. You also receive a meal plan while you're here, which is good for lunch and dinner in the university restaurants every day we're on campus. So, of course, if we're on a field trip, you're responsible for your meals those days. If we have a group dinner provided, we won't have lunch on campus. But we do have enough money loaded on that card for you to use for lunch and dinner every day you're here on campus. And we provide personalized service. That means we'll make sure we pick you up at the train station here in Lille. We'll get you checked into the residence. We have detailed orientation sessions. We have guided tours of the campus and, of course, of Lille. And we provide a 24/7 emergency telephone number. Should you need anything at any time during your stay, myself or a international office staff member is available for you. So I think that's quite a nice touch, and certainly puts a lot of parents' worries at ease as well. So I haven't mentioned perhaps the biggest thing that we include, and that's also accommodation. So included in that price is your accommodation in a hotel next to campus. Please note, though, that it is 2 students per room. So they are 2 twin beds inside each hotel room with a private bathroom, of course. The hotels all have Wi-Fi. Breakfast is included Monday through Friday. And of course, they'll come by and turn down the rooms every day, etc. So that's certainly a large expense that's already been factored into the price of the program. And so the hotels we use are within 10 minutes walking distance from the campus. So you're close by, you're close to public transportation, you're close to the city center. Once you've registered for the program, we'll continue to send more information out about the program, about the hotel, about the different things that we'll do with you throughout the Lille Winter program. However, you can already take a look at our calendar, which is available online. This gives you a day-by-day look at what we have planned for you throughout the program. You'll see the days and hours that you're in your morning class, the days and hours that you're taking your afternoon elective, the different cultural activities we have planned for you, the different options there are, what day we're going to group dinners. And this helps you plan your travel, of course, before, during, and after the program as you're here with us at the crossroads of Europe. So I certainly recommend checking out the ESP and the the winter program website. I got one slide ahead of me. I wanted just to make you aware that we also have a summer program. So if perhaps January is not the right time for you, or if you're looking to come abroad for a longer period of time, we offer 4-week study abroad programs, and we do 2 different sessions. So you can come from the end of May to the end of June, or you can come from the end of June to the end of July, or you could come for both, and you could stay with us anywhere from 4 to 10 weeks. I think one thing you'll appreciate about the summer program It's a much larger program than the winter program. More students tend to be available to study abroad over the summer period. But we have a very large selection of courses available. There's over 20 different courses available in 6 different areas of study for the summer program. So certainly worth checking out the information there if for some reason you can't join us this particular winter, this January. We're on social media. Feel free to follow us, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube videos, etc. If you're looking for more information. And at that point, I think now I will open it up if you have any particular questions about the program.